Okay, let's jump right into this explainer. Today, we're unpacking the source material behind a product that targets something literally millions of guys deal with, but nobody really wants to talk about: male sexual health and vitality. Look, we all know a man's confidence is deeply tied to his sexual vitality, right? Healthy testosterone levels, strong blood flow, those are basically the biological engines fueling libido, stamina, and just overall pleasure. But when those engines start to sputter, well, guys feel drained, relationships can take a hit, and self esteem absolutely plummets. So, let's look at how one specific product, Andro Brew Cappuccino, aims to tackle this whole thing head on.
Now, check out this number 2%. Our sources point out this totally wild fact. From age 30 onward, a man's testosterone levels can drop by up to 2% every single year. I mean, think about that. It's this quiet, steady decline just happening in the background of your life, year after year.
To keep things moving, here is our roadmap for today's explainer. 1. The male vitality drop. 2. Enter Andro Brew Cappuccino. 3. Inside the herbal blend. 4. Sweeteners and caffeine explained. And 5. Quality standards you trust.
All right, section 1, the male vitality drop and understanding that decline.
So, our source material highlights that when you mix that natural 2% yearly drop with real life, insane stress, long work hours, a few drinks, poor sleep, you get this compounding, completely draining effect. We're talking weaker erections, low desire, fatigue that hits you way faster, and yeah, that stubborn belly fat. And the crazy thing, so many guys just silently struggle with this. They think, well, guess I'm just getting older, it's normal. But the sources we're looking at today argue no, that's not the case. They say this decline can actually be slowed down, reversed, and naturally optimized if you give your body the right support.
Which brings us to section 2. Enter Andro Brew Cappuccino, or as they call it, confidence in a cup.
The manufacturer describes this as way more than your standard morning coffee. It's designed to be this bold, really creamy cappuccino that is absolutely loaded with legendary male vitality herbs. The whole goal here? To awaken that desire, restore your lost stamina, and seriously intensify pleasure. It's formulated so that with every single sip, you're naturally reigniting that passion that might have faded from that vitality drop we just talked about. Looking at the core claims in the source documents, they're not holding back. It's positioned as a natural testosterone and libido booster. But it doesn't stop in the bedroom. It simultaneously aims to crush everyday fatigue and stress while actually boosting prostate health. So it's a real multi-pronged approach, right? You're supporting stronger, longer erections, but you're also fighting off that daily exhaustion that completely kills the mood in the first place. Moving right along to section 3, inside the herbal blend. This is where the science hits your daily routine. The source outlines 5 heavy hitter herbs. First up, Tongkat Ali, or Malaysian ginseng. This is in there to boost testosterone, improve sperm quality, and bring back that youthful drive. Next, we've got maca root, a Peruvian superfood famous for leveling up stamina and orgasm intensity. Then, ginseng extract jumps in to improve blood flow for firmer erections and dial down stress. Fourth is epimedium, which you probably know as horny goatweed. The source literally calls this the ultimate erection herb because it massively enhances nitric oxide. And finally, silica, which is crucial for supporting prostate health and keeping your reproductive wellness in check. What's really cool is how they actually deliver all of this. They blend these potent herbs with plant-based fats, natural glucose, and smooth cappuccino powder. So the intended result? You get this huge surge in desire and firmer erections, plus super clean, sustained energy for the gym and the bedroom. And crucially, the sources emphasize that this amplifies your performance without giving you those awful caffeine jitters or that sudden afternoon crash. All right, section 4, sweeteners and caffeine explained. Let's look at the fine print. Because let's be real, you're probably thinking, okay, how do they get a bold, creamy cappuccino flavor without just dumping in a ton of sugar? Well, let's break down their sweetener profile. They use a really carefully balanced blend. First, there's a bit of natural glucose powder, which is basically the body's preferred fuel for quick energy. Then, castor sugar, which is just finely milled table sugar, used in strict moderation just to make it taste great. But the real secret weapon here is acylsulfame K, or ACE-K. It's a totally calorie-free sweetener approved by global food authorities. It lets them keep the actual sugar load way down safely. The sources do give a great pro tip, though. If you're keeping a strict eye on your blood sugar, maybe just stick to 1 sachet instead of 2, or pair it with some protein or fiber, like eggs or a handful of nuts, to completely blunt any glucose spikes. We also need to talk about caffeine. Andro Brew naturally contains caffeine from both the coffee and the herbal extracts. For most guys, it's an awesome energy lift, but the source is super clear here. If you've got high blood pressure, a heart condition, or you're just super sensitive to caffeine, definitely consult your clinician first. And hey, if caffeine messes with your sleep, just drink it earlier in the day. But when used as directed, the manufacturer states it is completely safe for daily, long-term use. And that leads us to Section 5, Quality Standards You Trust. Safety First. You might have seen HACCP on premium foods before. It stands for Hazard Analysis and Critical Points, and it is literally the gold standard in food safety. In plain English, it means every single step, from picking the raw herbs to sealing the box, is heavily analyzed for hazards. For you, the customer, it's a guarantee that the product is clean, safe, and made with absolutely zero shortcuts. They also back it up with ISO 22000 certification. This is a massive, globally recognized standard for food safety and quality management. It means transparent processes and completely traceable ingredients. Basically, it ensures you are getting the exact same top-tier quality whether you're buying a box in Kampala, Nairobi, or New York. Plus, as you can see, every single sachet is proudly produced under strict halal standards, adding yet another globally trusted layer of purity and compliance to the whole process. So how do you actually use it? The routine is incredibly simple. Just mix 1 or 2 sachets with hot water, give it a good stir, and you're good to go. You can drink it daily to build up that natural drive, or you can take it right before an intimate moment for a fast, natural boost of strength and confidence. Based on everything we've unpacked today, from the source material, from that sneaky 2% testosterone drop to the specific herbal science inside Andro Brew, I want to leave you with one thought. If it's true that this decline isn't just some inevitable part of aging, but something you can actively reverse and optimize naturally, how might taking proactive control of your vitality change your everyday confidence? Thanks for hanging out with me for this explainer, and I hope this dive into the source material gave you some great food for thought.